Bring your feet right underneath your hips, soften your knees. Take a deep inhale, reach your arms up high overhead. And exhale, press away. Stack your arms one on top of the other. Draw your shoulders down and pull your abdominals in. Lift your knees up and up. Exhale, lift and lift. Start to articulate through your feet so you awaken your core. Every exhale, snap your belly button to your spine. Knees all the way to your chest. Point your toes down to your mat. Now take your arms, reach them high overhead. Drop your shoulders out of your neck, but extend through your fingertips and lift and lift. Now pull down and down. Draw your elbows towards your hips. Really start to engage your upper back. And you breathe into your core. We have 8, 7, knees a little higher. Go 5, last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come down to your mats. We're gonna start with a high plank, so place your hands right underneath your shoulders. Bring your legs together, tuck your toes, stretch behind your knees. Right away, pull your abdominals in and up, taking a slight tuck in your pelvis, and squeeze your inner thighs together from your ankles all the way up your legs. Pull your shoulders away from your ears and start to exhale. So every breath, you squeeze your thighs and your glutes and draw your navel all the way through your spine. Really press away from the ground to create some space through your upper back. Now hold it right here. Extend your left leg long behind you, point your toes. Bend your leg in half, create a 90-degree angle, tuck your pelvis under, and squeeze your left cheek. Work against that tuck. Tiny presses for 4, 3, 2, hold it here. Turn your knee out to the side, hold the squeeze in the side of your cheek, and press your leg just up an inch for 5. Go 4, 3, 2, and 1. Left leg comes down. Re-tuck, re-squeeze. Extend your right leg long. Bend your leg in half. Tuck your pelvis under and squeeze your right glute. Poke your toes up 1 inch just for 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it there. Turn your knee out to the side and press your leg up from there. Working into the side of your glute. Go for 4 more. 3, 2. Extend your right leg back. Re-tuck, re-squeeze. Let's hold just 10 more seconds. Pull everything tight and then lengthen out of the top of your head all the way through your heels for 3, 2, and 1. Come down to your knees. We'll find a forearm plank. Stack your shoulders over your elbows. Press your palms down into the ground. Bring your legs together, tuck your toes, stretch your knees. Draw your waist in and up. Slight tuck in your pelvis. Squeeze your inner thighs and tighten up your glutes. Retract your shoulder blades. Energetically pull your elbows back and your toes forward and just squeeze your thighs. Really work into your breath right here. Every exhale, you squeeze your thighs, pull your abs tight. Let's go 4, 3, 2, hold it. Open your feet as wide as your mat. Re-tuck your pelvis under. Soften your right knee and lengthen. Bend your left and stretch. So it's a slight bend, it's a big stretch. Soften and press. Hold that tuck in your hips, right? So everything is still, just your legs for 4. You exhale. 3, keep squeezing your seat. 2, and press. Last 1, final 20 seconds. Tuck your pelvis under. Go tuck and tuck. Pull your hip bones to your ribs. Last 8, 7, exhale 6. Final 5, 4, 3, 2, and you're done. Come down. Give yourself a stretch. Hands underneath your shoulders. Press your chest up. Roll your shoulders back. Expand through your collarbones. And then lower yourself down. Moving right into push-ups. Take your hands outside your mat. Fingers in, elbows wide. Zip up your legs and draw your heels all the way to your glutes. Tuck your hips under. Push yourself to the top of the push-up. Now right here, take 1 more tuck in your hips and draw your shoulders out of your neck. We're gonna start to engage our hamstrings and your seat. So once you take a slight tug of your heels towards your glutes, you can barely see what's happening, but you start to feel your hamstrings fire up. Go 5, 4, 3, 2. Now hold your feet right there. Bend your elbows, bend and press. Inhale. And really focus on your exhale. Inhale comes naturally, but you exhale as you press yourself up. Keep your neck long as if you were to tap your nose to the ground. Let's go 3, 2. Last 1, come up and hold. Retuck your pelvis and then find that connection, heels to your glutes. Bend your elbows halfway down, hold it here. Final 10 seconds. Can you come down 1 more inch deeper for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press yourself up. Cat stretch. Bring your hips over your knees. Reach your arms forward. Feel that stretch in your upper back And then look to your hands, swing your legs in front of you. Bring your feet hips distance apart and then flex your feet up, toes to the ceiling. Place your hands under your shoulders, fingertips face forward. Roll your shoulders onto your back and then hug your elbows towards the midline of your body so your chest is open. Dig your heels and tuck your pelvis up and then shift your weight back slightly so your wrists are directly underneath your shoulders. Extend your right leg straight up towards the ceiling and then flex your foot, cross your ankle over your thigh. Bend your elbows for 4 and press. 3 and press, exhale. 2 and press. Now hold the bend, tiny pulses, down hold for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Extend your right leg back up, set it down. Left side, point your toes, lengthen behind your knee, and then flex your foot, cross your ankle over your thigh. Hold the squeeze in your seat and bend your elbows, stretch your arms for 4 and press. Really hold that tuck in your hips for 2 and press. Now hold the bend and tiny pulses just for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Extend your left leg up, set your foot down, tuck your pelvis under, loop your shoulders onto your back, shift your weight back, hold and breathe. Last 5, final 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your hips down, extend your legs long, reach your arms up overhead, rotate through your wrists. Big inhale, exhale, fold forward, draw your toes back towards your face, and then swing your legs behind you. We're gonna pick up one light weight. We like to use really light weights, 1 or 2 pounds. You don't even have to use weights if you don't want to. It's totally up to you. But maybe grab one weight and put it in your left hand. You're gonna bring your right shoulder over your right wrist, hips over your knees, tuck your pelvis under, and then press your chest forward through your arms. Nice straight spine. Lift your left elbow up towards the ceiling, and then squeeze your elbow towards the midline of your body. Lengthen your arms straight back and strong behind you. Hold it there, and start to squeeze it in and in. Exhale, exhale. Every breath, I want you to feel your tricep hug in towards the back side of your ribs. You want your weight to be in line with your hips or even above your hips, right? No lower than that. It's very important to keep your shoulders and hips square towards the floor and keep your core nice and tight. Press away from the ground with your right palm. Go 4, 3, 2. Hold it here. Press your arm up an inch. Up an inch. Your arm should never fall down, right? If you notice, we're doing really small lifts. So we're staying engaged the entire time. This is what burns out your muscle even faster. Up and up. Go for 5, 4. Exhale with every lift. Hold it here. And do 2 and 2 together. In, hold, up, hold. In and up. Now, option for that added challenge to extend your right leg straight back behind you. Your hips should be parallel to the floor, but pull your waist in and up. Try to lift out of your left hip as you roll your right hip down. Go 4. You exhale. 3 and up. Last 2 and up. Hold your arm right here. Last 20 seconds. Flip your palm up to the ceiling and tiny bend reaches. So think of getting rid of the bend in your arm. You soften your elbow, but then you really get it nice and straight. Last 8. Reach 7. Exhale 6. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on down. Let's move right into the other side. Put the weight in your opposite hand. Left shoulder stacks over your wrist. Draw your waist in and up, and then loop your shoulders onto your back. Open up through your chest. Pick your right elbow up towards the ceiling, and then pull your elbow in. Squeeze it in behind you. Extend your arms straight back and strong. Hold it there, and tiny presses. In, hold. In, hold. So notice if you start to collapse in your upper body. It's so important that you keep your shoulder heads pulled back. So you feel your shoulder blades pull in and down your back. Everything is open. As you strengthen the back side of your body, you're opening the front side. And then really work that muscle right above your elbow. Wrap it tight to the bone. You have 4, 3, 2. Hold this squeeze now. Your arm only goes up and never comes down. It's up and then up higher. It's up and up, hold. Your arm might start to shake a little bit, and that is a good thing. So stay with it. Find your breath. Up and up, just for 3, for 2. Hold it right here. Let's go in and up. So it's 1 in and 1 up. Hold the in and lift from there. This time, maybe your left leg extends long behind you. Up, hold. In, hold. Up, squeeze. Keep your left hip bone looking at your mat, and then lift up out of your right hip. Push away from the floor with your left palm. We have 3. Last 2. Hold it right here. Flip your palm up to the ceiling. Tiny bend press, last 20 seconds. Now move your hand back as you send your chest forward and breathe. into your arm. Last 8, push 7, 6, final 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice, take that weight down. Set it down on the floor. Let's move into a downward facing dog. So plant your palms, tuck your toes, press your sit bones back. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, move your heart towards your thighs. And walk your hands back towards your feet. Soften your knees and slowly roll up to standing. Head comes up last. Moving into more arm work. So pick up both of your weights now. You're gonna step your feet to a wide second position. Angle your toes towards the front corners of your mat. Lift your arms up to a 90-degree angle. Pull your shoulders down. Forearms should be framing your face. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, lower your hips, come down and hold. Now pull your waist up and press your knees back towards your pinky toes so you feel your glutes nice and tight. And then start to press your arms in 1 inch. In, hold, in, hold. Right, so you have a slight tuck in your hips right here. And then think of knitting your ribs together. Draw your shoulders away from your ears, but then keep your elbows in line with your shoulders. You're creating a lot of resistance right here in your upper body, right? So imagine someone trying to pull your arms apart and you're trying to keep them closed right here. It's in, hold, in, hold. So you really feel this in your back, in your lats. Go 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it here. Now just up an inch, up, hold, up, hold. So shoulders down, really lift through your sternum. It's up and up. Maybe bring your hips a little bit lower, yeah? Getting your thighs parallel to the mat. Now lift your right heel up. We're gonna add a pulse. Hips down, arms go up for 6, for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right heel down, left heel lifts, and we pulse. Get your heel really high. Keep your arms nice and strong. Let's go 3, 2, and 1. Left heel down. Bring your elbows all the way around, and then pull your elbows in behind you. As if you were to connect your elbows behind your back, and then feel your muscles kind of pop off your bones. Really open up through your chest. Squeeze 5, 4, 3, 2. Now reach out and pull. Let's go. Inhale, exhale. So take up space and then squeeze it in. Reach and exhale. Keep your spine nice and straight. We have 4, 3, last 2, last 1. Hold it here. Rotate your palms up to the ceiling. Move your shoulders onto your back and hug your elbows to your ribs. Squeeze your biceps. Hands come in. For 2. Press out. For 2. Use your biceps to pull your hands to your shoulders. And as you lengthen your arms back out, really engage your triceps. You squeeze it in and in. Find that control and find your breath. And press. 2 more slow. In. For 2. I know your legs are getting tired because my legs are really tired, but bring your hips a little bit lower and squeeze your glutes. Breathe into your body, yes? Press out and out. Now hands to your shoulders. Lift your elbows up to 45 degrees. Press it out and in. Hips low and squeeze your glutes. Press and in. Notice my elbows aren't moving. It's just my forearms, right? And work into your breath. Go 4, 3, last 2. Hold this one out. Hold it here. Your hands are slightly lower than your shoulders. Tiny bend reaches, right? Open the inside of your elbow to the ceiling. Get your arms nice and straight. Present your weights forward. Go reach and reach. Can you bring your hips lower? We'll move into our final 10 seconds. Maybe close your eyes. Last 8, 7, exhale 6. Hips lower, arms straighter for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So nice. Put your weights down. And we'll stretch it out. Take your right arm across your chest. Press your shoulder down. Look over your shoulder, stretching through your neck. And then take the arm up and around. Capture your elbow. Bend your knees. Close your ribs. Lift up and over to the left, opening the right side of your body. Other side. Left arm across your chest. Pull your shoulder down. Look over to the left. Take your arm up and around. Capture your elbow. Bend your knees. Pull your abdominals up. Lift up and over to the right. Lift your gaze. And release. Circle your shoulders out. We are going to go find a chair to use for the next part of our exercise. So find a chair that's in your house that's nice and stable, that's going to help support you in your balance. Okay, we're going to start with a stretch first, yeah? So flip your chair around so the seat is facing you, and then stand away from your chair. Take your right leg out, lengthen it onto the chair, flex your foot. Take a deep inhale, reach your arms high. Exhale, twist, open up through your right arm, reach your left arm forward. Pull your right shoulder back, left shoulder reaches forward and lift up out of your standing leg. Inhale, both arms high overhead. And exhale, lengthen over your leg. Slightly tug your right sit bone back. And then press your heart towards your toes. Bend your left knee, point your right foot, and then slowly roll yourself up. Set your right leg down, and we'll move into the other side. Extend your left leg up onto your chair, flex your foot. Take a deep inhale, arms high. And then exhale, twist. Left arm open, right arm reaches forward. Really lift up and then back. Deepen that twist from your waist. Inhale, both arms come over your head. And exhale, lengthen over your leg. And then gently draw your left glute back as you press your chest closer towards your toes. And then bend your right knee, point your left foot, and slowly roll yourself up. So your left leg up, set it down. We'll take our chairs and flip them around. Right, so we're gonna use the back side of our chair to help us balance. Make sure you're not pressing into the chair, just a light touch with your fingertips. You can really lift up out of it, right? So bring your heels together, toes apart. We have a little first position within our feet. Roll your shoulders back. Pull your abdominals in and up and tighten up your glutes. Rise up high onto your toes and then lower your heels back down. We'll take it up and down. It's lift and lower. When you lower your heels back down to the mat, can you work on squeezing your heels together first? And that way you activate through your inner thighs and then pull up even more through your torso. Imagine that string on the top of your head. You're growing taller even as you lower your heels back down to the mat. Let's speed it up. Go up and up. Find that control from your seat, from your thighs and your core. Go 6, last 5, 4, 3, 2. Stay up and hold it. Click your heels together. Squeeze your heels. You might have to adjust your feet a little bit. Press your heels together and then bend your knees, lower your hips. Imagine your spine sliding down a wall. Now keep that squeeze of your heels, engage your seat, pull up through your abdominals, and then open up through your chest. Now bring your hips down an inch, up an inch, down, hold, up, hold. You have this wrap of your inner thighs, right? And then you want your knees tracking over your toes. So you create this diamond shape between your legs. Down and up. Really stay lifted out of your lower back. Send your tailbone to your heels. Go 3, squeeze up, 2, squeeze up. Hold it down right here and start to tuck your hips under. Little tucks, right? So we're thinking of pulling our hip bones up to our ribs. And I want you to press your abs back towards your spine and then tighten up your glutes. Under and under. You have 8, tuck 7, 6, final 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it here. Tiny pulses. It's down and down. We're here to finish. Let's go for 20 more. Yeah, can you bring your heels higher and get your hips a little bit lower? So your legs might start to shake like mine. That doesn't mean that you're weak. I hope not, right? It means that you're strong. So keep your heels nice and tight. Take your right arm overhead. Last 8, 7. Can you find more space within your torso? Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come down, lower your heels. Now close your toes a little bit. You only have like 2 inches between your toes. You have a very narrow V between your feet. Bend your knees over your toes. Pull your abdominals in and up, right? Lift up out of your lower back. Squeeze your heels and lift your heels 1 inch off of your mat. Roll your shoulders back, open up your chest. Hips come down an inch, up an inch. Down, hold, up, hold. We're in our low heels now. And your knees are going over your toes. So you're actually working this top area of your thighs, right? So knees moving towards your chair. Go down an inch, up an inch. For 3, exhale. 2, exhale. We're gonna slow it down. Hips go down for 2 and up for 2. Maybe your hips don't go all the way to your heels. It's really hard. Maybe you wanna bring your hips just a few inches down, but come right back to where you started. Let's do 2 more like this. Exhale, squeeze to come back up. Last one, down for 2. Now stay up right here. Pull your abs in even more and tiny pulses. Can you get a little bit deeper and take your arm up overhead? Let's let that arm give you more length, right? We're growing taller, making our waist smaller and your legs nice and tight. Pull your muscles to the bones. 8, last 7, exhale, last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on down, turn around. Bring your backs to your chair. Feet underneath your hips, toes face forward. Unlock your knees, and then pull your waist in and up. Roll your shoulders back, and then slightly shift forward with your upper body. Think of folding your ribs over your abdominals, and then press out of your chair. Press away from it. Extend your right leg forward, point your toes. Engage the top of your thigh, lift your leg up to 45. Hold it right there, and tiny little lifts up. This is where your breath really comes in, right? Every exhale, you use your abs, pull your waist back, and then connect that to your leg. So your abs lift your leg up. Go 4, 3, 2, hold it. Flex your foot. Go bend, press, bend, reach. Shoot energy out of your heel. Don't worry about bending your leg, but worry about getting it straight. And as you're doing this, squeeze your standing seat for 4, for 3, for 2. Hold it, point your toes. Right back to where we started. Tiny lifts, a little stronger this time. Pull up through your standing leg. Yeah, press your hands down, lift your chest up. Go 6, last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set it down. Bend your knees, pull your waist up, loop your shoulders onto your back, and then shift forward with your torso. Bring your ribs over your abs. Extend your left leg long, point your toes, engage the top of your thigh, lift your leg up to 45, hold it, tiny lifts, little lifts. Exhale. Now squeeze your standing seat, yes, and then every breath, your belly bend tugs towards your back. Can you get your leg longer? Not higher, but longer. Go 3, 2, hold it here. Flex your foot and go bend, press. Bend, press. Now kind of press out of your chair so you lift up out of your lower back. Yeah, then press the back of your knee towards the floor. 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it, point your toes. We finish, tiny lifts. Up, hold, up, squeeze. Find your breath. Stretch through your feet. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set it down. All right, stand with your right hand on your chair. Moving into our final set. Your right foot is forward, left foot is back. I want your front heel in line with your back toe. Ideally, your feet are about a foot apart. Outside hands to your hips. Rise up high onto your toes. So we're actually in a 4th position here. I want you to cross your right foot in front of your left, yeah, and then tweeze your thighs together. Find some more space within your torso. Take an inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, lower your hips. Squeeze your glutes, and hips go down an inch, up an inch. Down, hold, up, hold. I want your knees still going over your toes, so watch that you don't roll onto your pinky toes, right? You press over your big and second toes with the arches of your feet. Really work on wrapping your inner thighs forward and tightening underneath your butt. Go 3, 2, last one, hold it here. Take your outside arm forward, make a fist. Tiny little tuck, and tuck. So work on keeping your thighs open, and then you're tucking into that. So you feel your abs get really tight, and your butt gets even tighter. Maybe bring your hips lower. Go 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it here. Outside arm comes up over your head. Last 20 pulses. Down, hold. Your legs are probably shaking now, yes? That's a good thing. Don't be afraid of that change that's happening in your body. Stay with me. We have 8, 7, exhale 6, final 5, 4, 3, 2. Now stretch your legs up nice and long. Yes, you're gonna flip around. So your left hand comes to your chair, right hand to your hip, and then readjust your feet. Left foot in front of the right. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bend your knees over your toes. Now pull your waist up, open up your chest, go down an inch, down and up. It's down, hold, down, hold, up, hold. Yeah, so see how Ashley has this space between her legs? Her knees are going over her toes, and she's sending her tailbone straight down to the floor. She's really lifting out of her lower back, but pressing her shoulders down. Now hold it right here. Take your outside arm forward, make a fist. Now press your waist back as you tug your hip bones towards your ribs. And then you notice you actually have to squeeze your glutes to make this action happen, right? So with abs to your spine, butt cheeks pull to your bones, you exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it right here. Take your arm up over your head, take up lots of space, and tiny pulses. We finish right here. So hips come lower, heels a little bit higher. Yeah, your legs should be going crazy. That's a good thing. Your body's changing. Last 10 seconds, really lengthen. Top of your head towards the ceiling. Last 7, 6, final 5, and 1. So nice. So good, yeah? Okay, let's stretch it out. So face your chair. Bend your left leg in half. Hold on to your ankle, and then bend your right knee. Tuck your pelvis under, and then slightly press your left thigh back. Work against that tuck in your hips so you really open up your hip flexor and your quad. Other side, left foot comes down. Bend your right leg. Capture the outside of your foot. Soften your left knee. Tuck your hips, scoop them under, and then slide your right thigh back, feeling that opening through your right hip. And release. All right, we're gonna get rid of our chairs. We don't need them anymore. So you can pick them up, move them out of your way. All right, now we get to stretch it out. Yes, come down to your knees. Bring your knees towards the edge of your mat. Then step your right foot off. Right knee directly over your heel. Interlace your hands on top of your thigh. Loop your shoulders back. Take an inhale. And then exhale, gently press your hips down and forward. Inhale, reach your arms down, out and up. Exhale, open up through your heart. And then frame your foot with your hands. Soften through your neck. And shift your hips back over your left knee. Flex your right foot and then slightly pull your right glute back. Inhale, create a flat spine. And then on your exhale, you can fold over your leg, round down. And you're gonna slide your right leg to the right. Create half a circle as you bend your elbows over your chest and then stretch behind your right knee. Can you reach your right toes towards the ceiling? Squeeze your right glute. And then bend your leg in half. Bring your hips to your heels, roll yourself up, and step your left foot off. Left knee over your heel, interlace your hands on top of your thigh. Loop your shoulders onto your back, so you gently press your hips down and forward. Inhale, reach your arms down, out and up. Big exhale, open up through your arms. And then release your hands down. Soften through your neck. Shift your hips back over your right knee. Flex all 5 toes towards your face and then slightly pull your left sit bone back. Inhale, flat spine, open your chest. Exhale, round over your leg. Breathe into the back side of your body. And you're gonna sweep your left leg all the way up and around as you bend your elbows, lower your chest towards the floor. Stretch behind your left knee first and then press your leg up towards the ceiling. And then bend your leg in half. Bring your knee to your mat. Find a little child's pose. Hips to your heels, arms forward. And then slowly roll yourself up. We're gonna move right into our butt work. So lie down on the left side of your body. Stretch your legs, stretch your left arm. Glide towards the back end of your mat. Yes? And you can relax your head. And then bring your knees up in line with your hips. So you create a 90-degree angle with your legs. And then once your hips in line with your shoulders. Take your right hand, press it down into your mat to pull your waist back, right? And you want to squeeze your glutes right here. Hips are completely stacked, but squeeze your glutes. Hold that squeeze. Take your right leg and stretch it straight out in front of you. Flex your right foot, angle your toes down to the floor, and go bend press. Bend press. It's a tiny bend reach. You might not even notice the bend in my knee because I'm working so hard on getting my leg straight. And every time my leg goes straight, my butt gets really tight. Yeah, so that's the focus right here. Take your top hand, press into the mat, and feel your abs melt in towards your back. Exhale for 6, for 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it here. Turn your heel down for 2, and then your toes down for 2. You're internally and externally rotating from your hip, so turn your thigh bone up, and then turn your thigh bone down. 2 more, nice and slow and controlled. Toes for 2, 1 more. Heel for 2, toes, hold it right here. Still slightly turned in, but stretch your foot, point your toes, and then draw tiny little circles. Trace circles with your toes. That work is coming from your glute. Because you're squeezing your cheek, that's how you're creating this action with your leg. Go 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it. Flex your foot again, and then turn your toes down to the floor, right back to where we started. A little stronger this time. Go bend, reach. Bend press. Really make sure your hips stay stacked and the space between your hip bones. You're pulling your waist back and then energize your heel forward. Go 7, 6, final 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your knees together. Moving into the second half of our exercise, roll onto your backs. Bring your feet parallel, hips distance. Push your feet into your mat, and then as you pull your waist down, squeeze your glutes, and then tip your hips up, right? So just your glutes are off the floor, and then extend your left leg straight up to the ceiling, point your toes, and tiny tucks. I want you to create a tiny tip of your hips, a tiny tuck in your pelvis, right? As you squeeze underneath your right glutes. Yes, you guys can bend your arms in half. So when you push your elbows down into the floor, that allows you to feel your hips tuck even more. Really think of your whole spine pressing down, and then just from the waistband of your pants, you're tipping your hips up. 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it right here. I want you to dig your bottom heel, but lift your toes up, and then continue tucking your hips. This dig of your heel will activate your hamstring even more, which ideally lifts your seat up off of your leg, right? And then keep pulling your belly button through your back, through the floor. So everything above your belly button stays glued down to your mat. Go for 4, 3, 2, lower your hips down for 1 moment. Take your right toes down, lift your heel up. Maybe walk your foot a little bit closer towards your seat. Re-tuck your hips and then go tuck again. Tuck, hold, tuck, hold. So I don't want you to release your butt at all. Your cheeks stay tight the entire time. You're squeezing underneath your butt at the base and then also engaging your inner thighs. Go 5, 4, nice ass. Go 3, 2, hold it right here. Take your top leg, slide it out for 2 and in for 2. So notice Ashley's hips aren't moving. That's ideally what you want, and she's taking a tiny press out and a tiny press in. She's squeezing her right glute to maintain the stabilization happening in her hips, yes? And in for 2. Do one more like this, and then come back to center. Now take your top leg, lower it down till your inner thighs and knee bones connect, and then squeeze your thighs together so hard. Surge your thighs together, hold that squeeze, and then let's tuck, tuck, up, up, up. We're gonna go for 20 more tucks right here, right? I want you to think of suspenders on your hip bones, pulling your hip bones up to your ribs, and maybe you have suspenders on like Scarlett, right? So her hip bones are coming up towards her ribs as she's squeezing her cheeks together. Let's go 8, last 7, so strong you guys. Go 5, final 4, 3, 2, and you're done. Slowly come out of it, and we'll take a nice gentle stretch on our backs. So take your right ankle, cross it over your left thigh for figure 4, interlace your fingers through your left leg. Maybe use your right elbow to kind of press your right thigh back. Flex both of your feet, breathe into your hips. And other side. Left ankle over your right thigh, grab onto your right leg. Maybe use your left elbow to press your left thigh back. And hug both knees into your chest, rock yourself up, and we have another side to do. I know that felt like both sides, but it wasn't. So now lie down towards the back end of your mat and extend your legs long and your arm long, right? Relax your head down so your neck stays in the same line as your spine. Press your top hand into the floor and then bend your knees up. So you create a 90-degree angle with your legs, knees in line with your hips, hips right under your shoulders. Make sure your hips are nice and stacked. Now right here, squeeze your glutes. Yes, tighten your seat, hold that squeeze. Extend your left leg straight out so your knee doesn't move. Flex your foot, angle your toes down towards the floor. Hold it right there and go bend press, bend press. So you might notice you're not feeling the main muscle of your butt, right, that big muscle, but we're working into the smaller muscle, the gluteus medius, which is right up here. So you're getting that side of your seat, that space we really want to carve out. That's what you're working right here. So let that be some motivation for you to stay in the exercise. Reach and reach. Go 4, 3, 2. Hold it here. Heel goes down for 2, toes down for 2. Remember, this is that work from your hip. So start the movement all the way up from your thigh bone and then toes for 2. Press your top hand into your mat and suck your navel towards your spine. Let's do one more like this. Toes down, hold it there. Point your foot, stretch your foot, and then draw tiny little circles with your toes. Little circle and circle. It doesn't really matter which way you go as long as you keep moving, yes? Press your top hand into the ground, pull your waist back, get your leg really straight, and let this movement be happening from your glute. This is the source. Squeeze your butt to create these tiny movements with your leg. Go 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it right here. Flex your foot, angle your toes down, final 20. Then press, then press. Last bend. Think of just stretching your leg really long, really straight. Push your heel forward as you pull your butt cheek back into your bone. Yeah, you squeeze and squeeze. Exhale. Last 8, 7, 6, final 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your knees together. Roll onto your back. Again, place your feet parallel in hips distance, right? And then press your whole spine down as you squeeze your glutes and peel your hips up just to the waistband of your pants. Extend your right leg straight up, point your toes, and tiny tucks from here, little tuck. Maybe bend your arms in half, right? As you push your elbows down and your upper spine down, your back ribs, I want you to press them into the floor. So you feel that opposition, you can tuck your hips even deeper. And then notice if your hips start to kind of move around or one hip drops lower than the other, right? Really try to maintain your hips on the same level, the same line. Tuck, and then work your breath into this. So every exhale, your waist pulls down and your hips go up. Think of your tailbone turning to the ceiling. Go 4, 3, 2. Good. Now hold it here. Heel down, toes up. Dig your heel into your mat and then tuck. Go tuck. Tuck, hold. Right. So squeeze your cheeks, both cheeks, even though most of the work is in the left cheek now. If you put your left hand right underneath your butt, like right here, where your butt meets your thigh, it should be really tight. Yes, that's right, yeah. Good, go 4, 3, 2, hold it right here. Lower your hips down for 1 moment, toes down, heel lifts. Slide your left foot a little bit closer towards your butt, and then re-tuck your hips up, and then tuck right here. Tuck, hold, tuck, hold. Really push into the ball of your foot, heel away from your mat, and then pull your butt cheek to the bone, you squeeze. Top leg doesn't move yet, toes reach straight to the ceiling. 6, 5, good, 4, 3, 2, hold your hips still, top leg, slide it to the right, go out for 2, and then in for 2. So think of drawing a line on the ceiling with your toes, and then keep retracing that same line, and work so hard to keep your hips still by pulling your waist down and squeezing your glutes, especially pressing through your left foot. Think of pushing your foot through the floor, and in, and in. 1 more, go out for 2, and in. Hold it right here. Take your leg, lower it halfway down till your inner thighs meet. Now squeeze your knee bones together and then suck your belly down. Yes, and now go tuck, tuck, tuck. You're here to finish, right? So let's really make it count. I know you're getting a little bit tired, but this is where it really actually counts in your body to stay in it. So squeeze your thighs together, tighten up your glutes, and just breathe. Send that breath to all the spaces that need it the most. Yes, last 10 seconds. Press your spine down, hips pull under. Yes, last 8, 7, 6, final 5, 4, 3, 2, and you can slowly come out of it. All right, let's stretch it out. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh, flex your foot. Interlace your fingers through your right leg, and gently pull your right leg in as you press your left thigh open. Other side, cross your right ankle over your left thigh, and interlace your fingers through your left leg. Use your right elbow to press your left thigh back. And take an inhale and exhale. Hug both knees into your chest. Cross your ankles, rock yourself up, and then swing your legs behind you. I want you to bring your fists between your knees. You have fist distance between your knees. Big toes touch, and then come to standing on your knees. Extend through your arms. Press your shoulders down. Press the tops of your feet and your shins into your mat, and then tuck your pelvis under, squeeze your glutes, and then hinge back from your thighs. Hold it right here, and tiny pulses. And pulse it back. This is our bonus set of thighs, yeah? You're like, what are we doing right now? We're working our thighs again. So squeeze your butt, and then lift your thighs up and wrap your abs nice and tight. Knees, hips, and shoulders in one line. Now hold it here, reach your right arm back. Go reach and center for 3, and center for 2. Find that twist from your waist, move to the left. You have 4. Look towards your feet, look to where you wanna go. Nice, you guys. Last 2. Last 1, come to center and hold. Take your arms a little higher, pull your shoulders down. Can you come back a little bit deeper? And we'll finish last 20 pulses right here, and then you're out of it, I promise. No more surprise sets. But squeeze your butt harder and then come a little deeper where your thighs really start to burn. You really feel the heat, yes? Last 10, 9. Maybe close your eyes and just breathe into your body for 7, 6, final 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on up. And then press your back into a child's pose. Press your hips back towards your heels. Reach your arms forward. Then take a deep inhale and exhale. Keep your hips with your heels. Slowly roll yourself up. And we're gonna move into some core work, yeah? So swing your legs in front of you. You guys need to grab a sip of water. Maybe do that. I'm gonna take a sip of water. All right, so working into our core. Sit at the edge of your mat. Bring your feet and your inner thighs together, right? Take a big inhale. Reach your arms up, press your chest forward, and then exhale, catch onto your thighs. Thumbs on top, fingers under. Slide your feet in towards your glutes, and then take an inhale, lift up. Exhale, tuck your pelvis round your back. So we're making a C shape within our spine, right? Press your shoulders down, widen your elbows. Now slide your feet in again, closer towards your butt, but then push your feet into the ground and squeeze your glutes. So your butt has to stay tight when we're working our core. Press your inner thighs together and bring your ribs slightly over your abdominals and then tuck your hips one more time. You should really feel locked into place right about now, yeah? Start to exhale. All we're doing is breathing. Holding this position is such hard work, right? You should feel like if you were to let go or to release anything in your body or to fall, right? So everything has to stay really tight. If you push your feet down, squeeze your glutes, engage your inner thighs, and pull your belly button away from your legs into your back. You have belly button pulls down. 2 more breaths right here and hold it. Now you guys can stay right here and do the exercise of just breathing. Option to extend your right arm off and then extend your left arm off. You exhale, arms go up for 2 and down for 2. Exhale. Notice nothing else is moving, just our arms. We're creating an extra challenge for our abdominals. Now keep your arms up right here in tiny taps with your fists. Go. Go, tap, tap. You have 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Catch back on. Good, shoulders back. Retuck your hips. Press your feet down, squeeze your glutes. Again, you can stay right here if you want more of a challenge. Right hand to prayer, left hand to prayer. We twist right and center, left and center, right and center. This is a tiny twist coming from your waist. Yeah, so really from your belly button is where the twist is happening, not from our upper body. Press your palms together and pull your obliques back. Let's do 4 more. 4, final 3, last 2, and 1. Catch back up. Good, inhale, exhale, go a little bit deeper and slide your legs straight out. Yeah, and then you want to carve out your abs, hollow out the space within your abdominals, pull your shoulders down and press your heels and the backs of your knees into the floor and squeeze your inner thighs together and exhale. Exhale. You should almost feel your belly button kind of pull away from your shorts or your shirt, whatever outfit you have on, yeah? Your abs pulled down. Now this is very hard. So you guys, if you were working on just working your abdominals in, stay here, holding on to your legs, right? If you want that at a challenge, bring your right hand to prayer and bring your left hand to prayer. Press your palms together and then tuck your hips. Go press, press, and tuck. So you're resisting your hands. Press your palms and tuck your hips for 3. Exhale, 2, exhale. Last one, hold it here. Reach your hands out and in. When your hands go out, really exhale your abs down for 4, for 3. Last 2, hold your hands up, hold it here, press your palms together, tuck your hips deeper, pull your waist down. Last 10 seconds, we're just gonna tuck. Go tuck and tuck. Now close your eyes and find your breath. Pull your waist in even more. Press your palms harder. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come up. All right, moving on, toes on the floor, heels high. Same grip on your legs as we had before, but a little stronger this time, yeah? Slide your feet in towards your glutes. Take an inhale. exhale, roll to your mid back. Keep your shoulder blades away from the ground and then walk your toes in closer towards you. Loop your shoulders back, widen your elbows. Now squeeze your glutes as you pull your waist down and press your lower back into your mat. Exhale, exhale. So ideally you want to keep your shoulder blades off the floor, right? And then maybe they come up 1 inch, or maybe you just are working to keep them off the floor, right? Your biceps are helping you kind of get up and your abs are keeping you up. So really pull your waist down and down. You can use your eyeballs, look at your abs and pull them in. Exhale, exhale, but keep your chest open. Relax your neck and relax your jaw. Go for 3, for 2, hold it up. Take your left hand, catch onto your right thigh, pull your right shoulder blade away from the ground and pull up and up. Exhale for 4, for 3, for 2. Now stay up. Maybe take your right arm off, maybe take your left arm off and tap your fist just for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Catch on. Pull yourself up again. Dig your toes into the ground. Pull your shoulders out of your neck. Take your right hand, catch onto your left thigh. Bend both elbows and really get yourself up. Your left shoulder blade should be lifting off the ground. Go for 3, for 2. Stay up. Left hand off. Maybe right hand off and tap just for 4, 3, 2. Catch back on. Pull yourself up. Shoulders down. You're gonna stay up. Maybe take your right hand off. Maybe take your left hand and reach and reach. Dig your toes, pull your waist down. Go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Extend your arms long overhead. Extend your legs along the floor. And then take a deep inhale, lift your ribs up, stretching through your belly. And exhale. Good, bend your left leg up. And then press over onto the front side of your body. We're gonna work a little bit into our spine. So extend your legs long, and then reach your arms long up overhead, lengthen through your fingertips. I don't want you to look up, I want you to look down, right? So keep your gaze down, but you can take your eyes up. Tuck your hips under so you feel your abdominals pull away from the mat, and then hover your legs up off of the floor, and then hover your arms up off of the floor, right? We're gonna swim our arms around. You're gonna reach back for 2 and reach it through, yeah? So stretch your arms long and then break them through, reach through your fingertips. Think of touching your toes, right? But keep your neck in line with your spine, and then really imagine pressing your arms through water so you have some resistance here. Let's do 3 more. It's back for 2. Little lift in your legs on the way up. 2 more. And reach, and reach. We're gonna stay up on this one. Stay up right here and squeeze your inner thighs. Squeeze it in. Think of tapping your heels together. Yeah, and then can you pick your shoulders a little bit higher off the mat? Go 8, 7, 6, final 5. Now lift your triceps up towards the ceiling. For 3, for 2, stay up and hold. I want you to reach your fingers back towards your toes. Lift your legs up a little bit higher, last 10 seconds. Imagine your thighs coming off the mat. Now breathe into your body, hold it for 5, 4, come higher, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. And slowly press yourself up. Take a child's pose, lengthening back through your spine, hips to your heels, arms reach forward. Take a deep inhale, and exhale. Hips to your heels, roll yourself up. All right, now we get to stretch it out. So go ahead and have a seat on your mat. You're gonna extend your right leg long to the side, pull your left foot towards your inner thigh. Take an inhale, reach your left arm out and up and over. Exhale, pull towards your leg. Flip your palm to the ceiling, and then open up your left shoulder. You can pull your left ribs back and really find some space within your torso. Inhale, come up. And exhale, fold over your leg, frame your shoulders over your thigh. Soften through your neck and really press your left hip down so both of your hips are anchored into your mat. Roll yourself up. Let's move into the other side. Extend your left leg long. Pull your right foot to the inside of your left thigh. Take an inhale, reach your right arm out and up and over. And exhale, stretch towards your leg. Flip your palm up and kind of open up your right shoulder so your chest stays lifted. Breathe into the side of your body. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, rotate towards your leg. Keep that flex in your foot. Relax your neck. Keep pressing your right hip down. And slowly roll yourself up. Let's bring the soles of your feet together, butterfly your knees open, and maybe bounce your thighs up and down. Really press through your sit bones, take a deep inhale, find space. And exhale, hinge forward, maybe only come halfway down, right? So feel that widening through your hips. You use your elbows to press your thighs down, open up through your chest. And then slowly roll yourself up, cross your legs. We'll finish with some breaths. Take an inhale, reach your arms up overhead. And exhale, flip your palms, press away. Inhale, hands to prayer. Exhale, hands to heart.